Hello internet users, my name is Ruubzy and in this video I am making a ultimate survival western town. It has everything you need to get a good start at survivaling and a world download will be in the description. Enjoy the video and I'll see you a little bit later on. And here is the final product. Let's actually start touring with the last building I've made in a time-lapse, and then just work our whole way around this thing. And of course, I'll show you guys the bank a little bit more in depth, since I didn't actually record that one in the replay mode. Also, one thing you might have noticed is that I placed some carpet and slabs and trapdoors and stuff on all of the roofs, so that no mobs will spawn on top of that, so that is very cool. So the last building I've made was actually some sort of bakery. I thought it was kind of cool to just kind of like place it right inside of this crop field, which I did over there as well. But this one actually just sells the bread, and the house over there is kind of supposed to be just making the things for himself. So yeah, once you walk in over here, you can kind of see like he's baking the bread over here, sells it as well. Maybe he cuts them up over here, and over here is just a little bed area, and we'll get back over here a little bit. Then right here is just a little bit of a terrace with a very nice view of these surrounding areas and your whole wheat field. But this was the last build I made, and I actually wanted to give it a bit more purpose than just aesthetic looks and stuff. So down here it's actually a cactus farm, which is just very small, but it works. Well, don't look at those, some might get wasted. It's not the most efficient thing, but as you can see, there actually is a bit of cacti in here. So it does work, and I think I've left this running for... There you go, it works. But I think I left this running for about maybe 30 minutes, so there you can see a nice little cactus farm down here. Moving towards the village, I decided to kind of just have a nice decorational archway here connecting up to the saloon, because it just gives that little bit of extra detail that you just... Oh, this totally isn't necessary, but this is what kind of sells the builds to me. Just small little things that you wouldn't necessarily need, but it just looks very cool. Also with these signs, I made the X's on the sides, and then it looks like it's been nailed in. And how you can just copy paste these is hold shift and then press your pick block, so just crouch and pick. And there you can see it has the plus NBT, which means you can just plop this everywhere and it has the same text on it. You can also do this with like chests and ferni and shulker boxes, so that you can just easily get some chests that are filled to the brim with stuff all around the place. Following this pathway to the center of the village, I have one of those poles which kind of like gives you direction. So on this signs it would say maybe some other village is 30 miles that way. But you just know whereabouts to travel. And also I place some decorational stones here and there, because to kind of like take away from the whole orange and yellow color scheme, and put in some grays and greens as well. Then over here at the right is a small stable. So over here are some horses. These are actually all just tamed and have saddles on them. Those aren't. They're just in here for decorational aesthetics. With just a little kitchen, so someone might just kind of like work here and have to make their sandwiches as lunch in the midday. And they can just do that over here. Also, I place these furnaces so that you guys can smelt stuff if you want to use this world. Right over here, let's actually go to that house, which is the other house just covered with wheat. So this one is, well, I felt like this one is kind of just collecting the hay for that house, and the rest of it he just uses himself. I also made one of these windmills, which I actually really struggled getting the design right, but I think it turned out very nicely in the end. Following this page, you can see first of all the signs again. I think I did this on about every building, but just when you walk into the sliding door, this is probably your main storage area for the beginning. I just place a lot of barrels and also a lot of wheat on top of here. You can actually go down this way as well, for just a little bit of a sidewalk. Straight back here. Then back towards here. On the right you can see one of those big water tons. I'm not actually sure what they're called, but this is the first thing I built, because this is the one thing that defines Western for me, which is just a big water reservoir, maybe that is what it's called, I'm not really sure. But on here you can actually... I thought it was... yeah, okay, there it goes. You can actually see it leaking, and I thought that was a nice addition to it. I actually filled this with water, and there are water buckets in here, so once you flick this lever you can kind of like get your bucket of water, and I thought that was just a nice cute little detail. Then over here we got a nice card. Well, I say nice card, I'm not really sure how I feel about this one, but it is okay, I think. Over here as well, the carpets and stuff so that mobs can't spawn over here. And then on the inside, a few barrels. Maybe this guy is delivering some goodies towards the saloon or the bank, you never know. But he just stalled over here and the horses are tied up over there at the stable to get something to eat. Then the saloon, and I think this is actually my favorite build of them all. I really like how this turned out. Before I started this, I actually really struggled with the Western style, but I think I just got it down with this one very well. So entering this build, you can see I just made a few tables with some stairs, well, not stairs, with some chairs connecting to them, so they are maybe drinking some alcoholic beverages, maybe some out of cups, some out of bottles, eating a bit of bread. And then over here is the kitchen. You can see some nice things are being brewed up here. Got a little bit of, you know, the nether-ish materials. Maybe they throw that into their drinks to get them tasting a bit better. I'm not really sure. A couple of chests on the side. These on the bottom are all blast furnaces, so you can use those to smelt as well. Just some regular furnaces over there as well. Crafting tables, barrels are plenty, also in the walls behind there, as you can see. Not that one, because that would be exposed to the outside and would look weird. Some chests as well, so this is just plenty of storage and furnace smelting purposes as well. Out here on the terrace, I just made some small tables as well, because there wasn't really too much space. But I just really wanted to add this part over here. I think it does a lot to the build in general to kind of have a bit popping out over here. And that means I could also make some balconies at the rooms upstairs. Oh yeah, and down here, there's a toilet, because, you know, cowboys have to do their thing as well. But no toilet paper and stuff, because you wash your hands? Of course not, you're a cowboy. Also a bit of decorational stand over here. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be, but I think it looks quite alright. Going upstairs, I kind of covered up the furnace outlet over here with some trapdoors, and I think that looks okay. There's a table over here with a plant on it, and then I built 3 rooms over here. That one over there is the biggest one, so make sure to get that if you're playing with your friends. But over here is just a small room, bed on top with a little desk on the bottom, and this is kind of the vibe I was going with for all rooms. And just a little balcony with a chair over here, so you can look out to the wild waste. Then this one over here is pretty much the same, but I just changed around the interior a little bit. So over here we got a kind of different chair with a bed on top as well. A couple of barrels, a few plants hanging in here as well to kind of make it feel a bit cramped, but I actually like that. And then the chair as well over here. This one, it bothers me a bit, but you know, just don't look at that one. And then over here, which is the biggest one, we got a big old desk over here with a nice chair, a bed on the side, one chest over there. That is actually a creeper head, but it just looks very nice as a decorational piece. And then out here we have the balcony again, which is nothing new. Over here as well, we can stand and just look out a little bit, take a nice look at the bank and that house over there, and also the bridge in the back. So I think that pretty much does it for this saloon. Let's actually walk, first of all, that way towards the bridge, then I'll show you guys the bank as the final piece. So from the saloon going all the way towards here on the right of the water tower, we can actually go all the way over here, and that leads up to a stair going up. And I connected this up with a small kind of armrest thingy, nothing too fancy, but I think it looks right in the Western theme. Going up over here you have this very big bridge, and I actually just wanted to have a bridge as a background piece because I think that looks very nice. And then down there we actually have a nether portal that's kind of seeping through, kind of the underworld is coming through, and it looks bad, so they tried to board it up, but we'll go down there in a little bit. So once you've walked all over this bridge, I actually first of all had it that there's nothing here, but then I felt like, you know, I need something special. So we got the enchanting table over here, a couple of anvils and grindstones at the side, and this is actually a level 30 enchanting table, so there you go. Let's just, you know, jump down over here to see the nether portal. So you can see it's kind of like seeping through, and you can see like maybe the story behind it is that the people try to board it up to be like, oh no, that's not good, let's get rid of that, let's just hide it away. But you can still go through it, and the nether spawn isn't too great. You end up in a nether waste, and it's just kind of enclosed, you know, because well, it just kind of sucks. Yeah, over here I made just a small pathway to go that way, so you can kind of know where it is, because like over here it's just really hidden and you can't really hear the portal at all. Then finally the last piece is the bank, and I actually think this one turned out really good as well. I used the lectern blocks at the bottom to kind of make like some sort of elevated panel, I guess you would call it that. And then over there just a big sign that says bank. I just typed in some commands to get those, which I found on the internet, so it looks very nice. So for the main build I actually used the acacia logs for kind of the pillars, the supporting pillars, and then predominantly used oak wood to finish the whole building, and then did details with spruce, and that kind of gives you this color palette, which I really like. Then on the side you can see the regular oak planks and the stripped oak logs mixed in with some spruce signs and some letters. Also a couple of the spruce trapdoors to kind of give it some support and variation in color. And then over here I made a very big window with the curtains on the inside. You can kind of see the interior over there, but we'll go into that. Then I did a little door on the side that leads to a table. So maybe the owner of the bank, he smokes a lot, just go here, smokes a cigarette and then just puts it in his little cup over here. And I also got a small outhouse over here, which would probably stink, so let's move away from that. Going into the bank, you have these two very nice doors, and then you can kind of like wait over here. I did some sort of deer skull head on the top. I think it looks quite nicely, just cramped in there. This is like kind of the banker over here, so he takes his notes. You got his key to the vault over here, so you can actually place this down. And then in the vault, it's kind of a secret, but you can just see some emeralds, some gold, and maybe there is some diamond up there as well. Who knows? It's for you to find that out. And also at the top, I just kind of mixed in the dark oak with the oak wood to kind of like make it look a bit rotten. Also with the, what are those called again? That bubble coral fan to kind of make it look like some fungus or something. And I also placed some of these sea pickles on top to kind of make it look dirty, like no one ever comes up there. There's even a cobweb all the way over there. So yeah, I think this looks really nice actually. I used some chains up there to kind of just make it look old, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I just really like this interior and the one of the saloon as well. I think they give off the Western vibe nicely, and I think I kind of like got the grips of the whole theme building those two buildings. But yeah, if I did not forget anything, that should actually round it all up. I thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys like this Western build. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see later on. Maybe some sort of theme, or maybe even, I don't know, an existing place could be nice as well to kind of like get the style of that and get my own variation of that. So I would just in general, I really am curious what you guys think about this build and what you guys would want to see on this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name has been Ruubzy, of course. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and goodbye!